So this is even more unplanned than usual. Well, it was planned, but there were moments when I thought I wouldn't be here because the JCB came along. So Supanyo and I had to, well, Supanyo had to explain that I was a monk practicing samatha or samadhi, which they understand, whatever faith here, samadhi, it seems. And that's okay, that's good. This is all okay with the families, and it is they that own this burial ground, and it is where their ancestors are buried. And they're happy for me to spend the night, stay, sleep here, meditate, with the intention, the good intention of that practice being that we share merits. So we practice meditation, keeping sila and developing wisdom, and we share the benefits of that practice, that good karma, acts of body, speech and mind, with those that have departed, in order that they can have a happy rebirth also. Punya, they call this in the Pali language, punya, or boon in Thailand. So here I am in the graveyard. It's not quite 6 o'clock yet, so I'm taking the opportunity to waffle on. I'm not sure if Supanyo is going to join me. He's maybe not so keen. Maybe he'll come along halfway through. And I haven't even thought about what we're chanting tonight, so I apologize for that. I think most appropriate would be to chant the 10 subjects for frequent recollection. The reason being is, although they are generally directed towards monks and nuns, they also include the 5 subjects for frequent recollection for lay people, but I think also are appropriate to lay people who are practicing Buddhists, or anyone really, because they can open our eyes, or your eyes, if you're not a monk or a nun, to what monks and nuns do. That's, if I remember correctly, what the 10 subjects for frequent recollection are, because I haven't actually researched or even looked at them recently, since I last chanted them some months ago now in Thailand. So we'll chant those. I'll chant those. If you have the book, you can find them in the index with that. Then this will be followed by, in about 20 minutes, half an hour's time, a guided meditation. So I will probably stop the live stream thing and restart it immediately, because otherwise it makes too longer video. And you can also just watch one or the other if you're watching later on, which most people are watching later on, not necessarily live because of the time zones. Okay, so it's quite a different environment I'm in, as you see, but I'm not far. I'm 200, 300, maybe 400 meters away from my kuti, which is again quite separate from the rest of the Vihara area. So I'm a little bit out of the loop, but that's the point. It's very nice. It's 6 o'clock, 1 minute past. I should begin evening chanting. And my Buddha Rupa is not set up, so I'm not bowing to anyone. I will be bowing like this today. And even how to sit
is unusually different here. So here we go. Maybe just stay sitting like this, I think. It doesn't feel right. I'll sit like this. Yo-so Bhagava Araham Samma Sambuddho Swagato Yena Bhagavata Dhammo Supatipanno Yasa Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Tamayam Bhagavantam Sadamam Sasangam Imehi Sakare Hiyataraham Maropite Abhipujayama Sadhu no Bhante Bhagava Suchira Parinibhutopi Pachima Janatanyukam Pamanasa Ime Sakare Dugata Panakara Bhute Patigan Hatu Amakam Digaratam Hitaya Sukhaya Araham Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddham Bhagavantam Abhivademi Swagato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammam Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Sangang Namami. To the Blessed One, the Lord who fully attained perfect enlightenment, to the teaching which he expounded so well, and to the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, to these, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, we render with offerings our rightful homage. It is well for us that the Blessed One, having attained liberation, still had compassion for later generations. May these simple offerings be accepted for our long-lasting benefit and for the happiness it gives us. The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and Blessed One, I render homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One. The teaching so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dharma. The Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha. Handamayam Buddhasa Bhagavato Pupaga Namakaram Karumase Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Now let us pay preliminary homage to the Buddha, homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One, homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One, homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Andamayam Buddhanusati Nayam Koromase Tam Kopana Bhagavantam Mewam Kaleyano Kittisado Abugato Iti piso bhagava haraham samma sambuddho Vichacharana sampano sugato lokavidu Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sa tadewa manusanam buddho bhagavati. Now let us chant the recollection of the Buddha. A good word of the Blessed One's reputation has spread as follows. He, the Blessed One, is indeed the Pure One, the perfectly enlightened One. He is impeccable in conduct and understanding, the accomplished One, the knower of the worlds. He trains perfectly those who wish to be trained. He is teacher of gods and humans. He is awake and holy. Andamayam Dhammanutsataradayam Karumase Swagato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opahnaiko Pachatam Veditabo Vinyuhiti. Now let us chant the recollection of the Dhamma. The Dhamma is well expounded by the Blessed One, apparent here and now, timeless, encouraging investigation, leading inwards to be experienced individually by the wise. Andamayam Sangonusatinayam Karomase Supatipanno Bhagavato Sawaka Sango Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Sawaka Sango Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Sawaka Sango Samijipatipanno Bhagavato Sawaka Sango Yadidam chatari purisa yugani yatta purisa pugala Esa bhagavato sawaka sango Ahudneyo pahudneyo dakineyo anjali karaniyo Anutaram punyaketam lokasati. Now let us chant the recollection of the Sangha. They are the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, who have practiced directly, who have practiced insightfully, those who practice with integrity, that is the 4 pairs, the 8 kinds of noble beings. These are the Blessed One's disciples. Such ones are worthy of gifts, worthy of hospitality, worthy of offerings, worthy of respect. They give occasion for incomparable goodness to arise in the world. Andamayam pabajitara binha pachawe kana patam panamase dasari me bhikkhave dhamma pabajitena abhinham pachawe kitaba katame dasa. Bhikkhus, there are 10 dharmas which should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. What are these 10? Vevanniyami ajupagatoti pabajitena habinyam pachawe kitabam. I am no longer living according to worldly aims and values. This should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Para padibadame jivikati pabajitena rabinaham pachawe kitabam. My very life is sustained through the gifts of others. This should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Anyo me akapo karaniyo ti pabajitena habinam pachawe kitabam. I should strive to abandon my former habits. This should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Kachinu ko me atta silato nya upawadatiti pabijitena habinyam pachawe kitabam. Does regret over my conduct arise in my mind? This should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Kachinuko mama vivuchi vinyusa brahmachari silatonya upawadantiti pabajitena habinyaham pachawe kitabam. Could my spiritual companions find fault with my conduct? This should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Sabbehi me piyehi manapehi jnana bhavo vinyabhavoti pabajitena habinyam pachawe kitabam. All that is mine, beloved and pleasing will become otherwise, will become separated from me. This should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Kama sakomi, kama dayado, kama yoni, kama bandhu, kama patisarano, yam kamam karisami, kalyanam vapapakam vatasadayado, bhavisamiti pabijitena habinyam pachive kititabam. I am the owner of my karma, heir to my karma, born of my karma, related to my karma, abide supported by my karma. Whatever karma I shall do, for good or for ill, or of that I will be the heir. This should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Katam bhutassa me ratindiva viti patantiti pabajitena habinyaham pacheka vitabam. The days and nights are relentlessly passing. How well am I spending my time? This should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Kachinu koham sunyagare abhiramamiti papijitena abhinyaham pachawe kitabam. Do I delight in solitude or not? This should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Atinuko me utari manu sadama halamaraya jnana desana vise so abigato soham pachimakale sabramachari putonyaman kubavisam hiti pabijitena abhinyaham pachawe kitabam. Has my practice borne fruit with freedom or insight, so that at the end of my life I need not feel ashamed when questioned by my spiritual companions? This should be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. Ime ko bhikkave dasa dhamma pabhajitena abhinyaham pacheka vitabhati. Because there are these 10 dharmas to be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. And now I will chant the reflection on the 4 Brahma Viharas. I think that's what it is. It's in Pali, so. Handamayam chaturu apaman na obhasanam kurumase. Meta sahagatena cetasa ekam disam paviritva viharati tata dutiyam tata tatiyam tata chatutam iti udham hadho tiriyam sabadhi sabatataya sabavantam lokam meta sahagatena cetasa Vipulena mahagatena apamena havarena habipajena paviritva viharati karuna sahagatena cetasa hekam disam Vitva viharati tata dutiyam tata tatiyam tata chatutam miti yudhamado tiriyam sabadi sabatataya sabavantam lokam karunya sahagatena cetasa vipulena mahagatena hapamana Avirena habipajena paviritva viharati Mudita sahagatena cetasa hekam disam paviritva viharati tata dutiyam tata tatiyam tata chatutam iti udamadho siriyam sabadhi sabatataya sabavantam lokam mudita sahagatena cetasa Vipulena mahagatena hapamanena averena habaya pajena paviritva viharati Upeka sahagatena cetasarekam disam paviratva viharati Chatata dutiyam tata tatiyam tata chatutam Iti udamado tiriyam sabhadi tiriham sabhadi sabatataya sabavantam lokam upeka sahagatena cetasa vipulena mahagatena hapamena avarena habepajena paviritva viharatiti. Now I'll chant that in English. Suffusion with the divine abidings. Now let us make the 4 boundless qualities shine forth. I will abide, pervading 1 quarter with a heart imbued with loving kindness. Likewise the 2nd, likewise the 3rd, likewise the 4th. So above and below, around and everywhere, and to all as to myself, I will abide, pervading the all-encompassing world with a heart imbued with loving kindness, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. I will abide, pervading 1 quarter with a heart imbued with compassion, likewise the 2nd, likewise the 3rd, likewise the 4th, so above and below, around and everywhere, and to all as to myself, I will abide, pervading the all-encompassing world with a heart imbued with compassion, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility, and without ill will. I will abide, pervading 1 quarter with a heart imbued with gladness, likewise the 2nd, likewise the 3rd, likewise the 4th, so above and below, around and everywhere, and to all as to myself, I will abide, pervading the all-encompassing world with a heart imbued with gladness, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. I will abide, pervading one quarter with a heart imbued with equanimity. Likewise the second, likewise the third, likewise the fourth, so above and below, around and everywhere, and to all as to myself, I will abide, pervading the all-encompassing world with a heart imbued with equanimity, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. Sabe sata sada hontu avera sukha jiwino katam punya palamayam sabe bhagi bhavantu te. May all beings always live happily, free from animosity. May all share in the blessings springing from the good I have done. Araham Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddham Bhagavantam Abhivademi. Swagato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammam Namasami. Supatipanno Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Sanghang Namami. The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and blessed one, I render homage to the Buddha, the blessed one. The teaching so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dharma. The blessed one's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha. Okay, I'll end this live stream and restart it for the guided meditation. It's a little darker than I was expected, but we'll see how it goes. You don't need to see much. You'll have your eyes closed, as will I. There'll be about 5 minutes before it begins again, so you can have a little break.